This is Mark Campbell, and welcome to Ask the Coach. The issue brought to us by a reader of my newsletter this month is regarding a highly defensive employee. A manager is writing in concerned about a supervisor who's well above the norm in terms of his defensiveness. So whenever the manager tries to give feedback to this person or criticizes his work, they end up in a big debate and spending a lot of time and a lot of energy. So what do we do with this situation? I'd like to suggest to the reader three options or three possibilities in dealing with the overly defensive person. So the first one is, of course, you need an initial discussion or coaching session. And the worst thing that someone can do in this case is to sit a person down and say, look, you're overly defensive. No one wants anything to do with you. We're all walking on eggshells. Now cut it off. That isn't going to work because that causes the defensive person to feed into it to become even more defensive. So go in with an attitude, I'm going to stay calm, professional, and in control. Point out a particular incident in which the person acted defensive, and then ask them to give you their take on what was going on, what prompted it. Your next step then is to look at options that would be more viable for the person faced with that situation again. Tell them that in your opinion, that this behavior could get in the way of their progress, promotional opportunities, and so on. And get an agreement that you can give them feedback going forward whenever you observe them doing well around difficult situations or getting defensive. Step number 2, monitor progress going forward. And if things don't improve, then think about step number 3, which would be a modified 360 survey. Get anywhere from 3 to 5 people to fill out a quick survey on the defensive behavior, and then share that with the person. When you do that, oftentimes seeing the words of other people has a way to get the attention of the person you're coaching. And then lastly, kind of an umbrella tool to use in these situations. If after many weeks of working with this person you're not making progress, think of the saying, the truism that change the job, not the person. If the person isn't capable of changing, and yet you feel you want to keep them in the organization, think about redesigning their job where it limits the amount of situations where they're going to be getting into these defensive kinds of behavior. So I hope all of this is helpful to you. This is Mark Campbell. Look forward to speaking to you the next time.